If you are someone who feels overwhelmed trying to improve your English while managing a demanding career, this episode is for you. We are going to talk about why most English learning approaches actually increase your stress and what you can do instead. Welcome to the Linguamind English podcast. I'm Orsi, and I help motivated professionals speak English with calm and confidence, even in high pressure situations, using language tools, confidence building exercises, and visualizations. If you're tired of letting language anxiety hold you back from the career that you deserve, you're in the right place. Let's get started. Let me tell you a story. When I moved to the US, I couldn't work for an entire year because of my visa process. I'm someone who's always been super active. I love my job, I love teaching, I love being productive. So being stuck at home felt like torture. But here's the crazy part, it was during COVID. So everyone was stuck at home anyway. And I was living with my husband, my mother in law, and our dog in a two-bedroom apartment. At first, I thought I would go crazy. But then something interesting happened. I realized I had something that most working professionals never have: time to actually experiment with learning. I started creating language learning systems that worked long term. I was trying to polish my English, keep up my German, and learn Spanish from scratch. That's three languages at once. Sounds overwhelming, right? But I discovered something that changed everything about how I approach language learning. Now, before I share what I learned, let me ask you something. How do you currently try to fit English learning into your day? Maybe you're listening to an English podcast during your commute, thinking, I'm multitasking. Or you do a quick Duolingo lesson while drinking your morning coffee. Or you watch English YouTube videos late at night when you're already exhausted from work. And then you wonder why you still freeze up when your boss asks you a question in an important meeting, right? Here's what I realized, and this is backed by neuroscience, by the way. When you are stressed, your brain literally has a harder time accessing information. When you feel nervous or overwhelmed, your mind goes into survival mode. All that vocabulary you studied just it disappears. So, if you're trying to learn English while you are already stressed from work, while you're multitasking, while you are tired, you're actually working against your brain. This is why I developed what I call the calm method. And no, this is not just about relaxation, though that's a part of it. It's about creating the right conditions for your brain to actually absorb and use English. Let me break this down. C stands for create your English space. During that year at home, I discovered something powerful. I would work in the kitchen. That was my English and business space. But I did my German practice in the living room. Simple separation, but it worked. Your brain loves patterns and associations. When you have a specific space for English learning, even just one corner of your bedroom or your kitchen table, your mind starts to associate that space with calm, focused learning instead of work stress. A is for anchor your day with English. Now I know you don't have 3 hours a day, but here's the secret: short but consistent study sessions beat 3 hour long sessions that you only do every now and then whenever you remember. I'd rather you spend 10 minutes every day than 3 hours once a week. The key is creating what I call anchor moments, small, predictable times when you engage with English in a calm way and focused way. Maybe it's reading one page from a business book every morning. Maybe it's doing a 5 minute meditation in English during lunch. The specific activity matters less than the consistency and the calm feeling. L is for learn what actually serves you. This is huge. I see so many professionals wasting time on English content that has nothing to do with their actual life. You don't need to learn vocabulary about cooking or fashion if you never talk about those things. Instead, choose English materials that serve your professional and personal growth. Read business books in English. This way, you're learning valuable concepts and English at the same time. Find articles about your industry. Do personal development exercises in English. Here's my secret weapon: I started doing meditation and visualization exercises in English. This trained my brain to associate English with calm, positive feelings instead of anxiety and pressure. A game changer for sure. M is for make peace with mistakes. Most intermediate professionals are stuck in the middle. You understand a lot, but you still feel nervous speaking English. You're not a beginner anymore, but you don't feel advanced either. This is totally normal, and it's where most people give up. But here's what I want you to remember: you're not practicing English anymore, you're working in English. You are a multilingual professional. That's actually incredible. Let me give you a simple routine you can start with right now. Choose just one of these. The first option is the morning reader. Set your alarm 10 minutes earlier. Sit in your English space with a cup of coffee or tea. Read 1 or 2 pages from a business book in English. Write down one interesting idea. Say at the end, I'm ready for my English day. Option 2, the lunch break learner. Instead of scrolling social media during lunch, spend 5 minutes reading one article about your industry in English. Then share one interesting fact with a colleague in any language. You're connecting your English learning to real conversations this way. Option 3, the evening reflector. Before bedtime, spend 10 minutes writing 3 sentences about your day in English. Then spend 2 minutes visualizing tomorrow's English interactions. You are training your brain for success. The key is starting with just one routine. Don't try to do everything. That creates stress, and stress blocks learning. You'll know this method is working when you start noticing small changes. You feel less tense before English meetings. When you forget a word, you recover more quickly instead of panicking. You might even find yourself enjoying English content instead of seeing it as work or hard studying. And here's the beautiful thing: as you get calmer with English, your natural communication skills start to shine through. You already know how to communicate effectively in your native language. When you remove the anxiety from speaking English, those same skills work. You are not just learning English, you are becoming the confident, multilingual professional you're meant to be. Your English journey doesn't have to feel like a constant uphill battle. With the right approach, it can actually become one of the most rewarding parts of your day. If you found this helpful, I'd love to hear about your experience with the CALM method. And if you want more specific strategies for speaking confidence, check out the show notes for additional resources. Until next time, keep growing, keep learning, and remember, you've got this. Thanks for listening.